Bear with me, guys. They say that it is, so I'm going to take the course for today. Oh, okay. You guys know that there are at least 1.6 million crashes each year in the United States from texting and driving? Well, because of that, I'm here to convince you that you should not text and drive, and if you do, the chances of you getting into an accident are very high. First off, texting while driving is very dangerous because they cause simple distractions. One is visual distractions. That means taking your eyes off the road. Another example or another distraction is manual distraction, which is taking your hands off the wheel. My third reason, another distraction is cognitive distraction, which is taking your mind off driving. Anything that takes your attention away from driving can be a distraction. Sending a text message, talking on a cell phone, using navigation system, eating while driving are a few examples of distracted driving. Any of these distractions can endanger the driver and others. Reasons why you shouldn't text and drive are you can cause an accident to yourself or another person. Journal of the American Optometric Association states that drivers are looking out of the windshield, but they do not process everything in the roadway environment that they must know to efficiently monitor their surroundings, seek and identify potential hazards, and respond to unexpected situations. You are likely to get into an accident looking at your phone rather than the road. Presentation at cell phones and driver distraction. Traffic Safety Coalition, Washington, D.C. estimates that the drivers using cell phones look but fail to see up to 50% of the information in their driving environment. Another reason is you should not text and drive because you do not have full control over your vehicle if one hand is on the phone. According to College Case Summary of Estimate Model, National Safety Council, the National Safety Council estimates 25% of all crashes in 2008 involving using cell phones for 1.4 million crashes and 645,000 injuries that year. Texting and driving needs to stop. We all know that staying off your phone while driving can be quite difficult. Once you hear that Twitter or Instagram notification, you're more likely to become instantly distracted and reach for your phone, which means your eyes will pull from the road. When driving, you need to turn your cell phone on silent or turn it off. If not, put your phone out of reach so you don't have to use it. You can use one of these methods, and if it's a hard time for you to, stay off your phone, you can use these methods as a key to being a safe driver. If you're that much attracted to your phone and you just can't put down your phone, there are better ways to make texting and driving safer. Here are texting alternatives that can be much more safer. One is voice recognition. The interdisciplinary subfield of computational linguistics that develops information and technologies that enables the recognition and translation of spoken language into that by computers. Voice recognition basically allows you to activate everything on your phone without you having to, without you using your hands to grab hold to it. Autoresponder, a program on your phone that automatically generates a set response to all messages sent to a particular email address. This will allow you to have a certain message set up for incoming text messages or emails. It will keep your eyes on the road much more longer. And the last alternative that I think everybody should have is text blockers. This blocks out any texts and calls from reaching to your phone. This is another method of not even trying to touch or notice your phone when it goes off. Therefore, texting and driving should come to an end. Texting while driving causes distractions, and it can be dangerous. You can cause an accident to yourself or to another person. Too many people are dying every day because of somebody who was too worried about their phones ringing. Texting while driving is the cause of crashes, and even though it is outlawed, it should come to an end.
Do you have an outline for me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, I'd like to have it when you get the chance. All right, Aaron, what did you think? Wow, back to back, right?
I guess to start with two obvious things is there was a lot of reading, but at the same time, you didn't let that be the focus of your speech. You know, it was very obvious that you're trying to keep eye contact with the audience, and I like that a lot. You know, keep the note cards there and just to help you out, so you didn't stumble on your words too much because you were reading, and because you had the eye contact. It felt a lot more professional. More longer. That was pretty much my only gripe with anything you said in the speech. Everything else was very clearly defined, and you're very well spoken. You always speak very clearly, so I appreciate that whenever you go up there. Other than that, though, I didn't hear a lot of citing. I heard when you were quoting things, but I didn't hear a lot of citations. So I think that could have been added in there. Other than that, very good speech, very clear, and I will no longer text when I drive.
All right. I like the statistic that you have to get as your attention device. I get rid of the apology thing. You don't need to do that, but talk about the number of accidents that are having. I think that works pretty well as an attention device. It's very clear what your problem is that you're going to be talking about, and you even have some solutions that are developed there. So we've got pretty much a straightforward organizational structure. It's problem solution. The problem, I think, could be elaborated on a little bit more with some emotional components to it. I mean, the number of accidents, the number of people who are injured, deaths, for instance. You could tell a story or two, create a visualization for us, and I think that would do a little bit more to put us into the situation. I like the idea of the solutions where you're talking about, well, you know, the basic things are turn your phone off while you're doing this, or put it away, or just not respond to it. That's the best solution for most people, just not have that available to them. But the idea that we also have technological fixes for this, I think that's pretty good. You could explain one or two of them a little bit more, and if there were some examples that you could use to show how this is working, it would be great. For example, you mentioned text blockers, and I'm going, how does that work? Is it an app? Is it something that the phone does itself? Is it something that's in the car that does that sort of thing? I'm not exactly sure how it works. Do you have to activate it each time you get in and out of the car? Some more information on those sorts of things I think would help. The autoresponder, I think I understand what that is, but I think you needed to explain it a little bit more. I assume it's just like you get an automatic message if somebody texts you that says, currently driving, will respond later, or something like that. But that's another one of those things where I think you're making the assumption that the audience is going to understand, and I think you want to describe it and talk about how easy it is to use those kinds of things. Like you're trying to get people to do this. You want them to feel like they're doing something that is easy to do, that they know they should do, that it's not something that's going to be a burden on them, and anything that you could add to the descriptions of those things to suggest that they would work more effectively, I think would be helpful. Depending on people to act in their own best self-interest is problematic. Let's face it, we do all kinds of things that are not necessarily good for us because it's easy, we think it's simple, or we enjoy doing those kinds of things. Eating bad foods, taking shortcuts that we shouldn't be taking, speeding, all of those kinds of things. So how do we fix those sorts of things without necessarily requiring that the police give you the death penalty for using your phone while you're driving? Well, here are the answers. We've got these kinds of things, and you describe them a little bit more detail. I think I like the idea of the subject. I like the solutions that you come up with. I just think that you need to sell them a little more. All right, thank you.